Hello, welcome back to I Create For You. Today is Whatever Wednesday. So I brought this one back out again. I know we're headed into fall and winter, but it doesn't mean we can't still do art. And thinking of spring and summer. Wishing it was back. At least that's me anyway. Alrighty, get the tools out I need. And let's see. Where were we at? The last one we did was sunflower. That was the sunflower one. So we are on to cherry blossom. Let me see what you look like close up. Now I'll leave you there for a little bit. I'll just have to keep checking to see if you're in frame. Alrighty. So wait, you guys can't see. Yeah, you can somewhat see the other picture, but she's sitting on a swing. I'll put it over here for now. She's sitting on a swing, and so I'll try to replicate that the best that I can. Alright, there's some scratched spots on here, just little dots, but that's okay. Where shall I start with this one? I'm going to start with that first branch. Okay. I'm just going to do the main branch a little bit here. And we'll go down. By the way, if you're new to the channel and you're not quite sure what I'm doing, this is called scratch art. And you scratch with a tool and you reveal colors underneath to help make a picture. And in this book, I've seen some of these books at Michael's, and I've actually seen some at Walmart too. And so what you do is they give you a page, and then you try to replicate what they have over here by sketching it over here. And sometimes I can get close to what it looks supposed to look like, and sometimes it's just a hit or miss actually. So we'll see what happens. I've been running around all day today, and I was just like, I gotta get a video up. I gotta get home, gotta get a video up. I wish you could get fancy like some of these other YouTubers, but I haven't gotten into the editing part. I haven't learned that yet, so yeah, so I'm like, whatever you see is what you see. I don't edit anything. So I gotta be careful. I'm surprised I haven't had more bloopers. Usually if I start something and it just is like snowballing into disaster, I just start from the beginning. I had one time I did a whole video and it wasn't really something I could redo. You know, and I'm there talking away, jabbering away, just minding my own business, doing whatever I was supposed to be doing, and I look up and it wasn't even recording. It had stopped at like 5 minutes. And I was just yapping away, doing my thing, because I had hardly any available storage on it, I guess. And I have to shuffle stuff around on my phone so that I can record sometimes. One of these days, maybe I'll invest in a laptop. I don't know. My son's pretty computer knowledgeable, and it's just not going to happen when he's in Wyoming and I'm in Pennsylvania. So, and I wouldn't want to take most of his time of him being on the phone with me trying to explain, and I frustrate myself sometimes. So I think I'm going to run out of room. Let me see if you guys can still see me. Yep. Yep, and when you're doing these, it's like you do not get a second chance. Once you scratch, there's no going back. So I'm not going to have a whole lot of this branch here because I didn't go up far enough. I misjudged it. So I won't be able to squeeze everything on. Most of it, but not everything. I have a flower right here. This flower is just hanging out on the end. Okay, now we go just a little bit further this way. And we got the flower right here. I'm going to do my own kind of flower. Their flower isn't so pretty. Okay. Then it goes off this way, and I can do one more leaf, and then I'm going to miss a leaf and two flowers on the end. So I'll just do that leaf there for the end. And then I'll just do one flower this way. And one flower this way. And then we'll call that branch done. Sorry if you hear my neighbor's lovely motorcycle out here. He just started to rev it up. See, when I say rev, I mean rev. And yeah, on that note, we have another neighbor on the other side of us who has his parked on the sidewalk. And this is what I don't understand. We have a group in our community here. We have a group page, and people, like kind of voice their opinions about stuff going on in the neighborhood, and like most small towns do. And they're always complaining about the kids. They're riding their bikes here, riding bikes there. And they're not allowed to ride their bikes on the sidewalk. You're not allowed to roller skate on the sidewalk. Yet this guy up here, he parks his motorcycle on the sidewalk. It makes absolutely no sense how he can get away with that, but kids can't ride their bicycles. They can't rollerblade, roller skate, skateboard, or scooters or bicycles on there. So they are like really got a lot that they can't use. I think I screwed this one up because I'm yapping. That's alright. I'm a little off. That's saying a lot. I just told you that, yeah. I'm off my rocker most of the time. Most of the time I can't even get on my rocker. Or attempt to get on. Okay, now we'll do this leaf. Can you guys still see me? Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry I have to do that too because I repositioned my camera so it went up higher so you can get a better view. And when I did that, I kind of now have to stand up from my seat to see if you guys are in view or not. I'm trying to figure out this background. Looks like red, white, and green. Let's see. And we're going to go here and put a leaf up here. Ooh, what kind of leaf is that? Try to fix that one. Okay, we got a little bud here and a little something here. And then we go down. We go up for a flower. And I think I did it again. And didn't leave myself enough room. Or maybe I'm okay. And there's a big flower. No, we go this way, down, another flower. This one's different. This one's facing down. And then a little bit here. And then there's a big flower right here. Oh. I think the only thing positive going in my life right now is the fact that I'm finally losing weight after all these years. Everything else seems to be going to crap. Now, I don't know if you've ever had that experience where you should be happy, you should be like celebrating something, but then everything else is going to crap and it's just not, you just can't find the. Oh, you still see me over there? Where's my hand at? Here, wait. Move it right like this, maybe. Yeah, it's just. I can never have a happy medium. It's either something's going totally right or something's going totally wrong or something's going right the same time something's going wrong, so there's no celebration in that either. Yeah, so and that's where I'm at right now. I got something lingering constantly that isn't good amongst some stuff that is good. And so I can't celebrate the goodness because the badness keeps dwelling. And I don't know if this badness is ever going to go away either, so. But life must go on, right? So they say, or life does go on. The show must go on. I think my show's getting canceled. Well, one thing I still have a little bit of a sense of humor, but I guess you have to. Oh, now my printer's gonna make a debut over here, making noise. I think it's shut off. Yep, shut off on me. That's okay. I'm busy. The reality of getting old setting in big time. You know, when you think you have time to do everything, then you realize, well, now you're up in the years where you better just do what you want to do, because you may not be able to do, you know, you have the time to just wait. My one thing on my bucket list was to move to Arizona. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. But another one was to see the northern lights, which is weirdly happening over here in the east a lot more lately, but I still haven't seen it. There was the northern lights was seen not too far from me, maybe like 2 miles away, and I still didn't see it because where we are, we have lights, so it's not really going to show up that well, unfortunately. But you know, that's, I got to figure out. I forgot a flower was supposed to be right here. Squeeze that sucker in there. And so this is part of the swing that's coming down. I hope I have enough room for her. Okay, and then the other one is coming. It's supposed to come right here, but that doesn't give it a lot of space, so I'm just going to make it like this. You guys won't tell on me, will you? Okay, let's do her hair. She's got a flower in her hair right here. Small flower. And then her hair's here. A little wisp hair thingy. And then she's got this, 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 then her ponytail. And she's got another flower here. And her hair. Okay, and she's got some leaves here. And her ears like right here. Oh, I hope I got that right. Something tells me I shouldn't have did that. Alright, and then she's got some more flowers here. Now we'll try to do her face. Eyelashes on that side. She's happy. Okay. Her neck is right there. Back of her neck is right here. And her collar is right here. Let me finish her eye up here. It's her eyebrow. Her eye. And it goes around like that. Okay. And we'll do her neckline here. Bring that down here. And then there's like a puff of her sleeve. And then it's her thumb. The rest of her hand is just looking wonky. Oh my gosh, I gave her a really weird looking arm. Okay, let's see. Her sleeve, and it goes out like that. Hopefully she'll forgive me for that. There's her arm. Okay, now we'll try to get the rest of her body in because I think I'm running her off the side, off the thing here, off the pad. Let's see, now she has this one coming down here, this line, and she's holding on to it. There's her thumb, there's her fingers. Put it through there. Okay, and then she has the belt to her dress, or whatever that is. I think her dress is actually like a cherry blossom dress. She's got this coming out here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get her legs in. My whole direction with this was off kilter here. This is supposed to be a leaf seat. Okay, now get the other part of her dress here is poofy. Looks like a cloud. Alright. And I'll be not doing her feet unless I can make it somewhat look okay. Oh my gosh, look at that knee I made. My god, looks like my knees. I walk too much. Boy, this one's getting funky tonight. Sorry, girly. I really made your legs wonky. Okay. So she's swinging on a tree. I'm sorry I made you wonky. You got such a big body and such tiny legs because I ran out of room. And then we have one more branch over here. It's getting cooler out somewhat, especially at night. Pretty soon there'll be frost on the old pumpkin. Okay, now what am I doing here? A flower down. And it looks like the flower's giving us the finger. Real nice. I guess you guys wouldn't have noticed that if I wouldn't have kind of pointed it out either. That was wrong of me. Sorry about that. I am not giving you guys the finger. You know what? I better just fix that. And still looks like I'm whipping the plant's whipping the finger at you. Okay, that. Go down here a little bit. And it's going to be I'll do it that way. I'm not doing it that way because it still looks like a finger. And then there's one wisp here with a little piece of something. And here comes the neighbor back again. It's even worse. Like right now it's not so bad. But when he has his radio on, because you can't hear above that noise, so he has it really super loud. Oh my gosh. Sounds like you're at a concert. Okay, now we do her name up here. Cherry Blossom. Do you know anybody whose name was Cherry? I heard of one person in my lifetime that her name was Cherry. Okay, now I'm gonna get on a subject. Speaking of names, I do funny things with names sometimes. Like if I try to make them sound funny. Like if you have a kid and your name is Belle, don't name it Ding or Dumb. And if their last name is Bell, like mine, and so I think of those things every now and then. You know, I hear somebody's name, like, good thing they didn't name their kid such and such, or they should name their kid such and such. And so I was watching this thing on YouTube. There's a shocker. I'm watching something on YouTube. And it was about the girl who disappeared on a cruise ship, Amy Bradley. And so they're interviewing her brother, and her brother's name is Bradley. Yeah, um, that was really thought through well, I guess. Either that, or there's some other ulterior motive for that. I don't know, but yeah, that's just weird. I remember growing up, they always had this thing about two first names. Like if your last name was Scott and your first name was William Scott. It's two first names. I mean, like, well, what else are you gonna use for a name? I mean, you can't help that your last name is actually a first name. So, but yeah, Bradley. All three of my brothers, I should say, all had two middle names. When I was born, I didn't. I have one middle name, which I wish I would have had two, because there were, in my class alone, in school, there were 5 of us girls with the same first and middle name. So when we were in class, they only called us by our last name instead of calling our first name, because they couldn't call us our first and last name, because first and middle name, because they all matched. So that was a real popular. That's why when I had my children, I didn't give them common names, because at the time they weren't common. Well, my son, I don't think anybody has his name. His name's Breon, Breon, and my daughter's name is Bethany. When I was pregnant with my daughter, now all you girls out there, when you're pregnant and you know what kind of name you want for your child, don't let anybody tell you different. You just go with what you want. It's your child, your choice. I wanted to name my daughter Brielle Ashlyn. And my parents were having a fit because they said it was too close to her brother's name, Brian. So I ended up giving her Brielle as her middle name. So she was Bethany Brielle. Her name was going to be Brielle Ashlyn, though. And I had a few other names for my son, but I stayed with Brian. But when I was at the hospital, oof, I got that black stuff all over my hands. So I don't know why it was getting dark when I was trying to shush away the crumbs. when I was at the hospital, I had his name picked out. His name is going to be Brian Edward. He's going to take his dad's middle name, and then his dad decides, no, I don't want him to have my middle name. I don't like my middle name. I'm like, oh, great. So there I am at the hospital trying to figure out a middle name for him. So his middle name now is Tyler. So it's Brian Tyler. But I like unique names, not crazy names. Like, I mean, some people can get away with crazy names, but no, no, there. And I don't want to say anything else because I'm not. I don't want to sound racist or prejudiced or whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna just, as a matter of fact, please just say some names are unique, and some names are just crazy. Alrighty, and there's Miss Cherry Blossom. And so she's going to be swinging with her broken knee. Oh, that poor girl. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot her wings. Were you guys yelling at me? Holy crap. How can she be a garden fairy if she doesn't have her wings? She didn't have Red Bull this morning, so she wasn't given wings. Alright, got that one on. There we go. Now she's a full-fledged fairy. Whew, that was a close one. So the next one we're going to do is Dandelion. And I've already got a little scratch right there, but that's okay. Oh, this is going to be a pretty one. It's got like a gold holographic. So it's going to be Dandelion, and I didn't tell you the story about Cherry Blossom. When the wind does gently blow, your petals float like pinkish snow. In your branches fairies swing, gently sway, and rock and sing, songs of happiness and cheer. These are tunes they love to hear. Alrighty. So I don't know how many more we have to do through here, but I will be sticking these in because see in the back here they just let you can sketch your own things. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just stop at the scratchies. But I've got a few more to go. Thanks for stopping by and listening to me jabber and jibber jabber and all that stuff, and break my fairy's knee and not give her wings. But all's good now. We're okay, except for the leg. So thank you for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff, and whatever Wednesday is, whatever. So it could be totally different next Wednesday. On to something else, something new, something different. Or I may go back to doing something that we've done before and finishing it off or whatever. But you'll never know until you click on that button. And speaking of clicking, like, subscribe, share, and please comment. I'd like to hear how you feel about whatever Wednesday and the different things that we're doing. So, with that being said, thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.